Hi, welcome to yet again another official scrim. I'm your host, Trickster, once again, and today I'm joined with Captain Jack and Dink Monkey for some commentating and Latrex's stream. Anything to add before we begin? How was your day, you two?
My day has been all right, a little stressful, but not too bad overall. Tonight we have Silver Division with Game of Thrones and Horned Beasts. Jack, go ahead and tell us a little bit about each of these teams. What you've seen, what you're hoping to see.
Victory.
Well, the battles between these two teams have been incredibly close as we continue to going forward. I'm really excited to see how tonight's match is. Go ahead and pull up those stats right now so that we have them going into our first match, which I believe is going to be Gibraltar.
Hot Pockets coming in with the sub. Thank you. We appreciate it. Definitely could not do this without the support of everybody. So it is for sure appreciated. So one thing I really like about Game of Thrones side is that tank combo of Darius, Fulton, and Pika. What do you think about that, Jack?
I think that actually hasn't been something that I've seen yet. So I know Darius is an incredible Rhine. So I'm going to be really excited to see if Pika can kind of meet the standard Zarya and or Diva, depending on what composition they're playing, and really support her main tank.
Pika usually plays that Zarya and Kagura coming in really hot last time they played with big plays all around. And Horn Beast side, Casual OPSEC, I think, is a little bit newer to this team. Either that or I haven't seen him play a whole lot. And we're supposedly getting Wolfpack in here, who I also haven't seen play very recently. So I'm looking for him, to show off that DPS. He definitely plays a really good Hanzo. Having a little bit of trouble getting him in here right now, so we're kind of waiting on that. But other than that, I think Chibi Kai is the Reinhardt over on Hornbeast side. Am I correct on that?
That one, man.
I've been informed that I am really wrong on that, and I'm
I
not
was about
sure.
to say.
I'm not sure who it is, honestly. I don't think I've watched.
So
Casual is
Play a lot.
usually main tank on the side of Horn Beast, with Chibi Kitty coming in as the secondary tank, usually on the Zarya or Diva.
Here's the
So-
thing. When I played with Casual, he was a healer, so I'm used to that, and I'm kind of looking through it. I'm like, I don't remember seeing you on a main
It's a
tank.
little different
Kinda
when
just
you
guessed,
play with
but-
your big team. So sometimes you want to
Sure.
goof around or practice other heroes while you're with friends, but definitely want to stick to the role that you've kind of set for yourself. While we're waiting to get everybody set here,
Actually, we're ready to go.
okay, we'll go ahead and get
in game.
ahead and get that started there, Trickster. Want to go ahead and point you all to below the stream that you're watching right now. As if you've tuned in to the last couple of streams, we are raising money for charity. Because of all the support that y'all have given us, we want to give back to the we want to give back during this holiday season. And so what we're doing is raising money to donate to the victims and first responders of California wildfires. So far, we are just $5 shy of halfway meeting our goal of $500, and that is all thanks to everything that you all do here at the OCC. If you would like to donate, please go ahead, hit that donate button near the top of the stream. Says OCCS cares -donate. If you would like to donate to OCC directly, feel free to hit the donate button a little lower on your screen. You can also apply to be a player or coach with silver through diamond division, depending on how you're placed, and masters and grandmasters are usually our coaches. You can also gain access to our Facebook and YouTube channels below. So go ahead and take it away there, Dink.
Over on the side of Game of Thrones, we have Darius Fulton coming in on that Reinhardt, just as we expected, with Pika backing him up on that Zarya off tank. We've got Kagura and Loch Ness coming in with the McCree and Pharah combo with the Sway, and Trippy Ninja coming out with the Mercy and Lucio. On the other side, we've got Casual OPSEC on that Winston. Wolfpack hasn't picked anything yet. Chibi Kitty on the Diva. Chibi-Kai and Trippin' Balls on the Zen Moira combo, and it's like we're just kind of waiting around for Horn Beast, as Wolfpack might be having problems here. Still hasn't picked anybody, still waiting around in spawn. Okay, we need to pause here.
I think based on the compositions that we're having right now, we got the basic 2-2-2 coming out from the side at Game of Throws. Loch Ness is going to be a new one that I've seen on the Pharah this time around, so I'm definitely going to be up to both Chibi Kitty and Sozen, as we see right now on the Ashe and Diva, to kind of make sure that Loch Ness doesn't have free reign getting into that back line. Darius Fulton and Pika going for the Ryan Zarya combo, where we see Chibi Kitty and Casual going for the Winston Diva. So they're doing a dive into kind of a very posture that Game of Thrones are trying to hold on there. So kind of anybody's game at this point. There's a lot of protection, a lot of healing, a lot of damage on now. So once we can get Wolfpack stabilized and get this game going, I really can't tell you how tonight might end up. Looking into the stats for escort type maps, Watchpoint Gibraltar as of December 1st, Horn Beast sitting at a 33% success rate over Game of Throws 100%. Now, note these statistics are jaded because Game of Throws started much later. They don't have the same amount of plays against Jebaited or Horn Beast that Horn Beast has against Jebaited right now. So escort success rate is 75% to on Game of Throws to 33.33% on the side of Horn Beast. But as we've been seeing all week long, these statistics honestly are just to kind of give us a look at to how the teams have been playing. There have been on both teams. There have been countless strategy, learning from one another, things like that. So I'm really interested to see how both teams are going to be playing tonight. What do you think there, Dank?
I'm really interested to see these teams going up against each other, and I do always like these matchups. Watching the Silvers, you know, we've got some popular names down on both teams now with Darius Fulton, and we've got Chibi Kitty on the side of Horn Beast. So I'm really excited to watch these teams go at it. We do have Wolfpack finally connected, all ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and restart to give them that full amount of time that they are allowed here, with Wolfpack coming out on that Genji, and like Captain Jack had said before, Sozing coming out on that Ashe. How do you think that this dive comp is going to do running into the Ryan Zarya with no one to really dive? The only diveable target here is really the McCree, and even then he's got the Reinhardt and Zarya with Darius Fulton and Pika able to back him up there. And Trippy Ninja with the Lucio being able to peel really well. How do you think that's going to work out?
I think one of the big issues that I'm kind of looking at right now is Sways and Trippy Ninja on essentially two off healers. I mean, the way that they've kind of nerfed Mercy straight into the ground has made it incredibly difficult for her to hold up the entire team. I'm assuming that Trippy's trying to really focus on that AoE healing, and Alatrin, thank you for your donation. Now up to $260 for our support of the California Fire Foundation. Thanks to you all as we get into the action. I'll go ahead and finish later. Take it away, Dang.
As Horn Beast tries to go up on the high ground to maybe push Game of Throws off just a little bit, Darius Fulton is swinging away, and Chibi Kitty gets demeched extremely early by Kagura, as Kagura picks up Wolfpack as well in that backline. Kagura is doing work right now, taking out Trippin' Balls on that Mercy as well, and now Casual Offsec shocking the entire team of Game of Throws, and Kagura gets another one. That's 3 already, and Darius Fulton taking out Sozen and finishing up the team, Chibi Kai and Chibi Kitty on the Zen and Diva. Man, what do you think went wrong with that push there, Captain Jack?
Well, I think they're just kind of getting their feet wet. Usually the first push, you're always trying to figure out who your main target is. Now that they know that Kagura is kind of the force to be reckoned with right now, especially with all the high ground advantage and the boost from Sways, I think their goal is going to try to be to focus in on Kagura, take them out of the fight first, and then push in on either the healers or Darius Fulton before pushing back in on the objective.
Kagura and Darius Fulton already having a huge ult combo possible, and Darius Fulton coming out with the shatter does end up getting one down. Kagura taking out Chibi Kai on the Zenyatta, and it looks like this might force Horn Beast to pull out just a little bit, but Tripping Balls goes for the ballsy res as he goes in and gets Chibi Kai back up, and now we're back to 66 as Darius Fulton throws up the Fire Strike and hits one huge. Sozin taking out Loch Ness, exactly what he needs to do, and the beat drop coming out along with the Valkyrie, getting all that damage boost. There's the Graviton Surge from Pika as the Transcendence comes out from Chibi Kai, and Darius Fulton does not care about that Transcendence as he team-necks Chibi Kitty and gets Wolfpack down with a single Fire Strike. Bob coming out from the side of Horn Beast on Sozin. Darius Fulton has to back up just a little bit as Trippy Ninja is going back in for the recontest, not letting them get much movement on this payload. Casual Ops Tech jumping in on the Winston, trying to pick off Sway, but isn't quite able to do it. Trippy Ninja jumping around, getting all the heals that he needs to, looking for something here, but there's not a whole lot of room as Darius Fulton's shield goes down, and this is a perfect time for Horn Beast to aggress, and they are going to aggress, taking out Darius Fulton, Wolfpack, getting him, and there's the bomb coming out and getting Sway and Trippy Ninja both from Chibi Kitty, and that's going to be huge for them, allowing them to push. Now Darius Fulton and Loch Ness, the only two left, as Wolfpack takes them both out. Now we have Pika, the lone man on the payload, trying to hold something together with that Zarya, but now no bubble coming out as Chibi Kai taking out Pika, and that's going to be a huge stagger, getting that Zarya down late, getting the late respawn. What do you think went wrong there, Jack? What went right as well?
Oh goodness, there was so much that went on in that fight, but I think the biggest part that went down is when Darius Fulton ended up playing a really smart move, tackling the Bob into the side room so it couldn't get a whole lot of damage. The problem was they also left himself alone with the Bob and Casual OpSec to get completely taken out at that point. It was very low health, very low shield. So once they got back to the point, it was very difficult for him to sustain the damage right there. And as you're seeing right now, because of the stagger that was made on Pika, instead of kind of giving up the point, was trying to continue to fight for control, the team is now incredibly staggered and having a really hard time holding on as they push into point B.
Horn Beast hasn't let this stop moving just yet. Chibi Kitty getting the bomb on Kagura, and Driven Balls bringing out the res onto Chibi Kitty just after she gets picked off after throwing that bomb, and the blade coming out from Wolfpack but gets shattered, and that's 3-man down with the Bob coming out from Sozin, taking out Trippy Ninja as Casual OpSec jumps onto the whole team of Game of Thrones, going after Loch Ness on that far end, ends up taking him out, and Pika in a bad spot yet again, extremely late in that fight, getting staggered, as well as Kagura just getting destroyed by Sozin, as Sway is in a bad position here. Might get picked off if Chibi Kitty will just turn around and see that Sway is all alone, but now has latched on to Trippy Ninja on that Lucio, and they are able to get out, and that's looking good for them. Not losing both their healers, because that could have been devastating. Jack, go ahead and take it away.
All right, well, it's kind of as I had left off that last one. The side of Game of Thrones was incredibly staggered, defending just about all of point 2 right there, and we're not able to hold on to the position long enough to stop it from moving. Casual and the rest of the team working incredibly well to get the picks needed, focusing in on certain heroes as they're pushing in. Even right now, as you see the Primal Rage, Casual is focusing in on Kagura, trying to get them out of the fight so that no further picks happen, as Wolfpack getting the dash kills on Sways and Darius, completely cleaning up the main damage there on the point.
Casual OpSec and the whole team of Horn Beast trying to get this moving, trying to keep it moving, as they're going to go ahead and move to those doors and try to prevent the whole team of Game of Thrones from getting out, but beat drop comes in from Trippy Ninja as Darius Fulton and Sway gets at the point. Now Kagura's back after he had just got taken out fairly late, and the blade coming in from Wolfpack right after that beat expires, but getting flashbanged and headshotted by Kagura as the res comes in for Trippin' Balls onto Wolfpack. There's the High Noon coming out, and it doesn't end up getting anyone, actually gets taken out by Casual OpSec right before it can land, and a huge dragon coming out ends up getting Wolfpack and Chibi Kai, and that's going to allow them to completely clean up on the side of Game of Thrones. That was a beautiful dragon into the shatter, and just so well played by both Darius Fulton and Loch Ness moving over to that Hanzo. I hadn't even noticed he moved over. Jack, what do you think that Horn Beast needs to do to completely take this over right now?
I think right now they need to start thinking about either switching composition to create more of a defensive structure, or they need to Loch Ness just as much. Loch Ness played really smart by using the Dragon Strike still in spawn, so that Chibikitty wasn't able to eat that as it was coming out. So very smart play on their part.
And Chibikitty getting Darius Fulton there, but it's looking pretty good for Blue as Game of Throws is making some moves. Darius Fulton, Trippy Ninja dropping the beat, and Darius Fulton charging that Bob into that side room again, making it almost useless in there unless it can get some sight lines. But Wolfpack jumping up on top and going for that blade inside of the Transcendence, and this might be it. Gets Kagura, looking for Sway, slashing onto Pika, and there comes the Graviton Surge. It's hitting, tripping balls, Chibi-Kai and Chibi-Kitty all, as Darius Fulton tries to run through, but Pika taking out tripping balls there in the back line as Pika's just walking on through, trying to demech Chibi-Kitty, trying to kill Sozin, and he is high charge right now. Looking at this team of Horned Beast, and he's gonna demech and leave Chibi-Kitty. Looks like he was going for the kill, and Wolfpack is all alone there, trying to get back to his team. And these are just such strong holds from Game of Throws as they're coming back in right now. Casual OpSec jumping in, dropping the bubble, and here is all of Horned Beast coming in except for Casual OpSec as he gets picked by Kagura, and out Wolfpack taking out Trippy Ninja, but the res comes out on Trippy Ninja as well as Sway makes another ballsy res. Just been doing that all game, and there's the high noon, but doesn't end up picking anybody, and there's the shattered bomb coming down and taking out Trippy Ninja. Good bomb there by Chibi-Kitty, but doesn't look like it's going to be quite enough as Chibi-Kitty and Casual OpSec are the only two on point. And now in the Graviton Surge, as Darius Fulton's going to swing away on it, and they do end up taking out both people in that grab, and that was a very strong hold from the side of Game of Throws. Well, they've got some distance to push though. So what do you think they need to do to be able to push just as far and then farther than Horned Beast did on their initial attack?
I think it's going to come down to composition right there. The reason that they were able to hold the defense so well is they had Sozin on the Ashe and Wolfpack on the Genji. Now that can be an incredibly dangerous combo if you're getting the picks where they need to be. But honestly, I was seeing Sozin really putting a lot of damage into shields, and if you're going to do that, honestly, I would have you switch over either to a Pharah or Junkrat to take that Rhine shield down and get more damage in there. Plus the tire is a little bit more mobile, where the barrage being able to get it in position, whereas Bob is literally charge in one direction and possibly hit something that stops you, or you're planning on it hitting something that it will stop. So it's kind of hit or miss, if you will, where exactly Bob is going to end up. And Darius has just been taking control every time the Bob comes in, charging out of the line of sight of the rest of their team. So it was pretty much being made completely useless on the side of Game of Throws. So I think on the defense here, it looks like they're going for a dive this time around as well. So coming out on the Mei Ashe. An interesting composition, but Loch Ness on Mei definitely going to just dive calm down on the defense. So,
and that may be exactly what they're looking for. The Mei is very good at stopping dive, being able to slow anybody down that tries to get out and just doesn't allow it to happen. But now we're getting into the fight as Casual OpSec drops on a payload. Wolfpack trying to get the dashes on. Darius Fulton swinging away, and Kagura gets Chibi-Kai extremely early in that fight. So that is not looking great for the side of Horned Beast as Darius Fulton's just walking through, takes out Chibi-Kitty and Wolfpack. And there goes Solzin and tripping balls as well. That is a quadruple pentakill. That is a pentakill from Darius Fulton as he takes out Casual OpSec as well. He just walked straight through and just beat everyone down with that hammer. The heals from Sway and Trippy Ninja both coming out doing work for Darius Fulton there, and they're going to push it all the way through that first phase on their first push. Jack, what does Horned Beast need to change up?
Did it already. They need to hold a stronger hold against Darius Fulton right there, and switching to the Rhine Zarya as well. Or actually, it looks like they're doing a Ryan Diva this time. But even still, if TBK can eat up the damage going into Casual's shield, that can allow Casual to be just as aggressive as Darius was. They didn't have a good shield or a good kind of defensive posture to be able to hold up against the heals coming out from Sway's and speed coming from Trippy Ninja, and literally allowed Darius to just push in and take what was his.
Well, unfortunately, Casual OPSEC got picked off pretty early, so Hornbeast had to pull back, and he falls again. He falls to Pika that time, and Kagura gets Wolfpack out of the air. But Trippin' Balls goes for a ballsy res onto Casual OPSEC, and he's back up, but getting slept and frozen as he's just getting bullied now in that back corner and he's not able to touch. And unfortunately, that's going to be a strong push from Game of Thrones. This isn't looking too good for the side of Horned Beast. They're going to have to do something big here, or they're going to fall to the team of Game of Thrones here on the first map.
I agree with you there, the Dank. There's definitely a back and forth here, but it's all really coming down to the tank priority. Pika has stayed incredibly charged this entire time. I don't think falling once during this entire push, so there's absolutely no focus being put on Pika as the Zarya, and when a Zarya gets charged up, like, you might as well consider them a DPS if they can get in the right position, because they will just mow through anything at 70% and above.
A high charge Zarya is definitely a scary thing.
Absolutely, and Darius Fulton's been getting in there, just creating a whole bunch of space.
Huge shatters coming out for both, but Chibi Kitty getting the 4K bomb onto Sway, Trippy Ninja, and Darius Fulton, and that's gonna kill that push instantly as Game of Thrones used both Shatter and Blizzard there to try to take that point. Darius Fulton got a huge Shatter, and the Blizzard came out from Loch Ness to try to hold everybody in place, but it just wasn't enough as that bomb came out from Chibi Kitty, and that just won them that fight single-handedly. That was huge. There's the Bob coming out on the side of Game of Thrones, coming out from Kagura, melting down Casual OPSEC's shield, and it's not looking so good for Casual OPSEC. He is in a rough place, but has that Mercy heals on him. There comes the Valk now from Trippin' Balls, but Bob as well coming out from Sozin as Darius Fulton gets the Nano booth, getting picked off pretty early there inside of the Nano, and Bob goes down as well. It's Sway, Loch Ness, and Kagura standing on that payload, but Pika is still there. He has been there all match, just on that payload. Loch Ness now in the back, getting all of them frozen as Chibi Kai comes out with the Transcendence, trying to heal up what goes into that Graviton, and Loch Ness gets picked off by Sozin, and now Pika may be looking to back up here, not to lose that charge, but Wolfpack does not want that to happen as Sozin picks off two more, Kagura and Sway both, and Casual OPSEC going in for the huge charge on a Darius Fulton as Sozin finishes him off, and Pika is trying to back up, but Wolfpack still does not want any of that, and Pika finally falls to Chibi Kai. That's going to be a huge stagger for the side of Game of Thrones as they have to now wait on Pika, and then hopefully Pika can get some charge pretty early here. What went wrong there, Jack? What did Horned Beast do all of a sudden to just take over momentum of that fight?
So spawn advantage is always a big thing when it comes to this final point, and that I'm gonna let you get back to it because that fat shatter just started off the
A huge shatter coming out from Darius Fulton, but there isn't any follow-up except for Loch Ness on a Chibi Kai, and then a shatter coming out from Casual OPSEC as well, but there's the Blizzard coming out from Loch Ness, gonna freeze up the Bob and Chibi Kitty both. They may get picked off here, but Chibi Kitty throwing out the bomb and getting three there, Loch Ness, Pika, and Kagura, and then Wolfpack coming out with the blade and getting Trippy Ninja. This is just huge bombs coming out from Chibi Kitty. He picks off Darius Fulton as well, and then Sway is just in a bad spot as the last one left on Game of Thrones. The momentum shift that Game of Thrones, like, they had so much momentum going into this. They get to this corner and then they lose it all off that first Diva Bomb, and it's just killed them. It's been huge on the side of Horned Beast, and what are they doing right now?
I think the thing that Chibi Kitty is taking advantage of is Loch Ness Blizzard. Darius Fulton is always distracted by what's going on, trying to get damage on who's in there, and it's really kind of killing everything else that's going on because Chibi just shoots in the back line, no protection coming in from Darius for the rest of the team, and is able to get those 3 and 4 man beauty bombs right there. But it looks like they might be able to clean this up right now.
I definitely agree, and Darius Fulton starting off that fight with a huge shatter, and the Maywall separating all the team out from who was shattered, not able to do anything, but somebody's got to be on that payload. There's nobody from Horned Beast out there, but there it is. Game of Throws is going to take it over and win map 1 here on... What's the name of this map? I'm sorry, I'm bad with this one specifically. Watch Point Gibraltar. This one specifically
it's
always
literally like WP all over the map, dude.
Where?
Like there's different places where it just says like WP, like just plastered on the side. I think they're like the Watch Point Gibraltar, and then like the buildings are numbered essentially.
All right. Well, despite me being stupid, Darius Fulton coming out with the play of the game there, getting the pentakill onto Horned Beast, just walking on through. I'm a little surprised that Kitty's bomb didn't contend for that play of the game, taking it over.
Probably did. It was probably worth a highlight, but even getting that penta is definitely going to be a huge advantage on the side of Game of Throws for sure.
For sure. And there we have it. We have a 1-0 coming out. Game of Throws takes the early lead on Watch Point Gibraltar, and it looks like our next map is going to be Nepal coming out for our control map, and we're going to jump straight into it here. Horned Beast was looking pretty good towards the end of Watch Point Gibraltar. Do you think that they'll be able to do it here on control, or do you think Game of Throws is going to do the opposite of their name? They're not going to throw this, and they're going to walk straight in and take this away.
See, there's always a difference between maps, I believe. Like you have to be careful with different map types, because some teams can be incredibly powerful on some types of maps, where on others they just kind of do horribly. Both teams put up an incredibly good fight, and it just came down to ultimate management there on the last one with to essentially counter the blizzard. It wasn't available for the next fight, but honestly, trying to keep up that many ultimates at one time is an incredibly difficult thing to do. Likewise, so looking at the statistics, it looks like Horned Beast actually coming out on top, 50% to 0% for win rates, and a 37.5% on all control versus Game of Throws 20%. We're gonna get paused at the beginning of this map.
And
Uh-oh.
like Wolfpack may be having some problems yet again. That is not good for them. Wolfpack has been playing pretty well tonight, along with, honestly, the whole team of Horned Beasts playing extremely well together, but unfortunately, again, not able to take map 1. But they've looked pretty solid recently on these control maps. Just being able to zone everybody out, but I think that the main problem here is going to be the combination coming out from Darius Fulton's Reinhardt and Kagura on that Reaper. They're both going to be extremely aggressive and extremely in your face. And on a control point map, if you can't deal with those threats, those aggressive threats that are always on the point, then you're going to have a big problem. What do you think that Horned Beast needs to do here to specifically deal with those aggressive threats?
Based on what I'm seeing, either they're coming out with a triple healer or they're looking to go goats. So Chibi Kai is definitely going to be the focus on Kagura, getting those stuns in and trying to keep Kagura out of the tank's line of sight. Also with Sozin coming in on the Zenyatta, going to be putting a lot of Discord orbs on people and allowing them to clean up even faster. So if Darius continues to be as aggressive as they've been playing tonight, it's going to make it incredibly easy for Chewy Kitty and Casual to be able to work in on Darius, Fulton, and Pika and kind of take them out of the fight. I'd say the only one that I'm really concerned about them taking on is going to be Loch Ness, because there is no straight counter except for you can get the discords and shots from Sozin and Chibi Kitty, on the Diva can obviously contest. But let's get back to the action.
So we are seeing goats come out from Horned Beast, getting that Ryan, Zarya, and Diva with the Brig, Lucio, Zenyatta. I like the Zenyatta here in the goats pick, especially going up against that Pharah, which we saw Loch Ness do very well. But let's go ahead and get right into the action as Casual Upset getting Darius Fulton extremely early on that point, even though Game of Thrones gets to that point first. But the goats comp is so strong on this control as they're just swinging away, getting that fire strike, but not connecting as Sozin and Wolfpack take out one of their own, each a piece, and Kagura trying to get away, and luckily does. Sozin getting sway late there, it seems, but now Trippy Ninja and Loch is just kind of being a nuisance on point, trying to stall that out as long as possible. But that is going to be a point take for Horned Beast, and Game of Thrones is going to have to back up with those huge staggers out. What do you think that they need to change up to fight this goats comp, or do you think that they have a good comp to fight it?
They have a good composition to fight it. It's all about focus. So if you noticed in that last fight, Sozin, between discords and personal kills on their own, took out just about everybody except for one on the side of Game of Thrones. Those discords are incredibly powerful, and if Sozin's doing their job and calling out who they're discording, the whole team's focusing them. So it's going to make it incredibly difficult for them to push in if they don't first.
That's the reason I like the Zen Goats, with that huge shatter coming in now from Darius Fulton right after he pinned out Triple Balls, and the Blossom coming out, but not looking like it's going to pick anybody up, but it does pick up Casual Opsec and D-Mech Chibi Kitty there coming out from Kagura as he traces down Chibi Kai and gets the kill there as well, but Wolfpack finally taking out both Kagura and Pika, and there's the beat drop from Trippin' Balls, not Trippy Ninja, two extremely similar names. But the bomb coming out and does end up getting Loch Ness up in the air. But Darius Fulton now has that sound barrier on him coming out from Trippy Ninja as he's trying to brawl away on this point, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough as almost the entire team of Horned Beast is back and holding extremely strong. Jack, what ults could they have saved there that they didn't? Because now they have one ult, which is a huge ult. They have the big Transcendence coming out on this next fight for Horned Beast, but what else do you think that they could have saved there?
Honestly, I think they kind of used up what they needed to. Once it was just Wolfpack and Trippin' Balls on the point, Control is a different animal from how you play normal maps. And you want to try to keep that percentage going in your favor, even if you're just feeding the point. Using the ultimates right there and now being at 99%, they're just gonna, I feel like they're just gonna keep cleaning up.
I definitely agree with you, and Casual Opsec had that huge shatter and getting the double charge kill, but that is going to be about it for the team of Game of Thrones on this first point as Trippy Ninja was trying to jump around and stall out, but isn't able to do it as Wolfpack traces him down and takes him out extremely late in that. And I'll tell you what, Casual Opsec looking like a different Rhine player here on this control map. He's got his team so close to him and able to stay alive, able to be just as aggressive as Darius Fulton was on the first map.
Well, Goats is incredibly powerful for Ryan. If all your supports are focusing in on you and keeping you up in the middle of the fight, you can essentially be as completely aggressive as you want, and that's exactly what they've been doing. The switches coming out on the side of Game of Thrones might slow that down, though, as Kagura coming out as the Mei and Sways coming out as the Brig might, like Loch Ness also. It looks like they're going for modded Goats, with Loch Ness coming in on the Diva, Sways now taking the role of Moira.
I believe they call this
interesting.
Notes. It's a Mei instead of a third healer here. Sometimes ran instead of a third tank because of how good Mei is with sustained. But Trippin' Balls taking out Darius Fulton extremely early in that fight. Casual Opsec getting a huge fire strike, probably does get his ult off of it. And Trippin' Balls demecking Loch Ness and Wolfpack taking out too. And that's going to allow for the team of Horned Beast to just move straight on to point and take this away. What do you think was the key element in that fight? If you had to narrow it down to one thing that allowed them to just roll through that fight, what do you think it was?
I think, as my buddy Crunchbite would say, there is no substitute for Goats. When you run any type of modified Goats, you find yourself in a predicament. And I think that's kind of where Game of Thrones is finding themselves right now. They don't have the necessary healing to keep everybody up right now. Or, sorry, now they've gone full goat, so they should be good to go. But in that composition, you have to make sure that you're focusing, which is exactly what Casual's doing that entire time, calling out exactly who they're going for. Sozin gets the Discord on them, and they're able to just boom, boom, boom. Everybody falls like a set of dominoes.
And there goes another fight the way of Horned Beast. It's so beautiful to just watch Casual OPSEC hitting a target, and the entire team Horned Beast ends up turning on them, focusing down that target. They're switching targets and focusing targets extremely well on the side of Horned Beast, so I've got to give it to them there, running the goats almost perfectly. But now we've got Sway trying to get the shield bashed on a Casual OPSEC, but that doesn't work anymore. And Darius missing the shatter, and Casual OPSEC getting the huge one. There comes the bomb out, and Chibi Kitty getting Kagura and Pika both, and not landing anything on the other side with Loch Ness throwing out the bomb. And there's the Transcendence coming out from the team of Horned Beasts, as well as the rally, and this is looking extremely good for Horned Beast yet again. Man, they are just dominant on this control map.
I told you, it all depends on the map that you're playing, and trying to go goats against goats is never a good idea, because like they were going well at the beginning when they had the damage to go against the goats, but once you've got the goats running and you have those ultimates staggered the way they should be, I mean, as you can see, it just ends up becoming a roll. Yeah, the game this time around.
Getting the shatter assist, and then the Diva Bomb coming out, getting Fiora and Pika. Absolutely huge. Ooh, did get the DMAG. I didn't notice that. Loch Ness getting that
save
DMAG
right there.
And that is going to wrap it up for map 2. We now have a 1-1. One for both sides, with Horned Beast taking over that control map. Tell you what, control looks like it's going to be their game. I would like to see them play just as well on our 2CP Assault, because they hold that point extremely well when they have it. And I think that that's going to be really strong for them on Assault. What do you think, Jack? What's going to be the strengths and weaknesses for Game of Thrones and Horned Beast as we go into the second half?
I think it's exactly as you said, at least based on how they're playing. I expect Game of Thrones to do relatively well on our hybrid map tonight, as well as Horned Beast doing well on the Assault map. I think the thing that might throw Game of Thrones, no pun intended, may be the first part of the hybrid, because it is a control point. They have to unlock that point in order to get the payload moving. So if they can't get Horned Beast to lose control of that long enough for them to take it and get the payload moving, I think they're going to find themselves in a rather difficult position. So I'm leaning towards the side of Horned Beast, but the way these teams have been playing, it's completely up in the air as to how it may actually go down. Looking into the chat, Helix the Cat saying, what is counter goats even though? How would they have even won that? So what I've learned now, no, I'm just like a gold platinum player in my spare time. So what I know is not nearly as much as our masters and grandmasters coaches know. But what I've learned through playing and through learning from everyone here at the scrims is you want to do high damage and make sure you still have high heals on your team. So possibly going double healer with the Moira Ana would have helped keep the tanks in line, also making sure to get extra damage with the nano, either in on the Rhine or the coming in with the Death Blossom. They would have had, I believe, that first point when the Death Blossom came in if they had taken Casual out of the fight first. But because of Casual's shield, you know, even just swinging the shield around because you don't exactly know where Reaper is, a lot of that damage. And so that taking Ryan out of the fight, focusing targets is incredibly important in that as well. And then just making sure you have the right DPS for the job. You had essentially 2 shield tanks with Ryan Zarya, so you want something that does a lot of damage. You want the Pharah or the Junkrat. The Mei was a good idea, but without being able to take control of the point, I'm getting in there as the Mei. It's good to slow things down, but if you don't have a subsequent strong DPS to be able to follow up on that damage with the freezes, you find yourself in a difficult position. So just lots of different things that could really have turned that around. But honestly, I just think Horned Beast have gotten a lot of practice in with the goat strats on control. So that's why they were able to take it away.
Definitely going to have to agree with you. And as we go into the half now, we are 1-1. Game of Throws, Horned Beast with our silver division. And we will see you guys after the half.
Welcome back. I hope everyone had a wonderful halftime. I got myself a drink. How about you, Captain Jack, Dang Monkey?
I sat right here and talked to our wonderful commentators during halftime. Jack, how about you?
Did the same and also got a drink because I multitask.
Yep, I'm bad at that. Coming back
That's
with
bad
a 1-1.
because you're the one that needs it the most tonight.
I know, right? Coming back with a 1-1 for our Silver Division, Game of Thrones and Horn Beasts, and we're going into King's Row for our Assault Escort. A lot of people like this map. Not a huge fan.
Man, that's almost like sacrilege right
I
there.
know, right? I think that's what people say every time I say that. I'm not really the biggest fan of this map, but it's definitely not my least map. I do really like the Streets phase. Streets phase is very built for aggressive play, being such a tight and narrow corridor. So I do really enjoy that. Well, Jack, while we have a second, you want to tell our viewers about the prizes that we have if we meet certain goals on our donations?
Sure can. So far we've hit the 200 mark. We've got about a prize per mark. So at 200, will be now all these prizes will be given out at our All-Star Scrim stream. Try saying that 5 times fast on Saturday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the OCCS channel. So go ahead and check that out. We are giving away 10 loot boxes, so that's a guarantee so far. At $300, we'll be giving away a $10 Steam card. At $400 is prize. Don't even ask me what it is because I have no idea. And at $500 is our grand prize, a Nintendo Switch. So definitely remember, all the money that's donated goes to a good cause, and the prizes come from the support that you've given to the OCC. So we are looking to give some support back. So why don't you go ahead and take it away, Dave?
All right, Wolfpack getting caught out extremely early by the Maywall on the side of Game of Throws. But Trippy Ninja ends up getting that kill, and as they get pushed into this stairwell, Casual OpSec is trying to do something, but is that Ludicrous? Ludicrous holding them down in place right now on that May, but it looks like that, Horn Beast is going to start moving on in with Darius Fulton jumping down behind him, getting the shatter, if it doesn't end up hitting anybody, and Casual OpSec ends up knocking down Darius Fulton, but the bubble comes out, he goes flying sky high, and Darius Fulton comes right down on top of Casual OpSec and ends up taking him out. Pika now on the point along with Trippin' Balls, and there's Sway coming in, but Darius Fulton still fighting outside, trying to hold that defensive position, but not able to do it as Chibi Kai gets him, and then Wolfpack and Sozin as well, getting one apiece, and it looks pretty good right now for the side of Horned Beast, as Casual OpSec's coming in there, swinging away, along with Wolfpack and Chibi Kitty holding down that corner, trying to do everything that they can, getting that tick away, and there is not quite one tick because they jump off. There's one tick. And it looks like they're not going to be able to recontest this. There's 2 and going on to 3 as no recontest come out for Game of Thrones. Captain Jack, what did you see in that fight? What do they need to do to counter this Goats Comp? I know we just talked about it right before the half.
Again, I think it's all about target prioritization. TBT doing an incredible job keeping the entire team up right there during the fight. Diva Bomb, though, coming down from TBT, gonna get the double kill and take out Kagura's Bob, though, to start things off.
Dropping that bomb right in the middle of that Graviton Surge, getting the double kill, and then getting Kagura's Bob as well, and this is looking pretty good for the side of Horned Beasts as they're coming in, pushing extremely strong in this Streets phase. And they're gonna have to, Game of Thrones is gonna have to make a recontest here before that point. I would like to see Horned Beasts push a little bit aggressive here and take that space into the third point, since they die, they may have that spawn advantage if they get it catch fast enough. There comes the Blizzard coming out from Ludicrous, and that's going to be huge, ends up freezing too, but the Transcendence comes out from Sozin as Darius Fulton charges out Chibi Kitty and right into the Transcendence, but doesn't end up getting that healing, which is a little disappointing, and Darius Fulton is playing extremely aggressive, and Kagura is flying into the skies, getting the Discord on him, but not able to take him out just yet. Darius Fulton taking out Trippin' Balls and Chibi Kai on the Lucio and the Brig, and looks like Game of Thrones is going to be able to push back pretty hard, and it looks like they're going for more as Casual OpSec and Wolfpack are holding that front line, but not able to pick either one of them off, and Game of Thrones holding pretty aggressive here. Jack, go ahead and take it away with anything you want to say about this.
All right, well, first off, I don't know how anyone could abandon such a beautiful Slaypool presence. It's just so unfortunate. But what it ended up coming down to is just a separation. Kagura getting a double kill there to start things off, though. I'll fill in after this.
Kagura getting the double kill and then taking himself out. It seems like Darius Fulton picking off one. Sway getting the res on a Kagura, and Kagura's just raining the skies, and that's about all she wrote for that fight. So Jack, go ahead and continue.
I think the biggest thing was the fact that Horn Beast ended up getting separated, and I think what you were saying kind of resonated with them somehow, and they were trying to do that. But the challenge that you take when you have people separated away from the payload, Nice who's on the payload still pushing, is that it puts you in a difficult position. If you're not aggressive enough, or if you don't have the power to take on the team, yourself in a difficult position.
Graviton surges coming out from both sides, and the bomb coming out from Horn Beast, but doesn't end up picking anything up. The shatter coming out from Casual OpSec. I believe we saw Darius Fulton's just a moment ago, and we did, but nothing came out of it as Sway gets the res onto Ludacris shortly after he fell, and then the Blizzard comes out along with Kagura getting the Justice raining, and only demecking Chibi Kitty there, unfortunately, and Casual OpSec is in deep now, along with Chibi Kai and tripping balls on that Lucio, and this is looking pretty good as they take out 2 as the group of 3, and there goes Darius Fulton, and Trippy Ninja may fall here and end up falling to Sozen. So that's going to be the point. That's going to be our phase 2 cap coming out from Horn Beasts. Jack, what did you see in that fight that really turned the tide of that fight?
Well, it was exactly what I was commenting on before. It's the fact that when you're separated out as a team like that, if you don't have the power to take on the people that you're facing, whereas Game of Thrones was coming in with a full team, you're going to find yourself in a difficult position. They were able to separate Horn Beast and get them off the payload, similar to what they're doing right now, using the May wall as a way to separate the team out. But as they are fighting together, right there for Casual, they're a lot easier right there.
Both Sway and Casual OpSec getting pooped off the map, and there goes Ludacris as well. That's 2 for Trippin' Balls, 1 for Trippy Ninja, and those names are confusing for me to try to keep track of. But the Graviton Surge ends up coming out, but doesn't really do a whole lot. Shows that it ends up taking out Pika, along with the help of the Brigitte on his side. And now the bomb coming out from Chibi Kitty. He's gonna take out Kagura and Trippy Ninja. The wall came out perfectly for Ludacris to save Ludacris's life. Darius Fulton coming in now, right after Casual OpSec takes out Sway. And now Darius Fulton's trying to do everything that he can on point, but getting charged out by Casual OpSec. Casual OpSec taking out Ludacris as well, and there goes Pika. Pika's gonna fall as well. Now Trippy Ninja coming on, but not able to do a whole lot, just trying to stall for time. Kagura coming in with the Justice, but not able to do anything. Sway coming in, doing the damage, doing the healing, but there's nobody to heal. Darius Fulton and Ludacris now on the point, but Ludacris falling extremely early as Darius Fulton falls right after. And now Pika with a spin to win on the Hammond. And let's see if he can get any of the boops here. Almost takes out the Lucio on tripping balls on that Lucio. Now Pika just contesting along with Trippy Ninja and Kagura, and there comes in Ludacris now, trying to do a little bit of work, doing the damage along with Kagura. But where's Darius Fulton? There he is. He's coming on back now. Casual OpSec pinning out Ludacris. Chibi Kitty taking out Kagura in the air. Darius Fulton getting that shatter off, but not able to get anything as he tried to shatter down that wall. Sway holds this point, doing everything, doing the damage, doing the healing. The beat drop comes out from Trippy Ninja as Pika is still spinning to winning with that beat drop on top of him. Throws out those mines, and there's the shatter coming out from Casual OpSec. Casual OpSec gets Sway, knocks down Darius Fulton and Pika. Pika ends up going off the map by tripping balls. Chibi Kitty's getting Darius Fulton, and this is an all-out brawl, looking very good for the side of Horn Beast, and there's the bomb to zone everybody out right after everybody died, and Casual OpSec getting Trippy Ninja as the bomb doesn't find anybody. They're all dead. Shoo, that fight was a little ridiculous there at the end. All the recontest, all the stagger. Definitely looking extremely good on that defense, but not able to pull it out. Jack, go ahead and tell me what you think.
Take a breath, buddy. Good job. About a minute. You're getting there. You're getting there. All right. So looking at the analysis of that fight, it just comes down to the simple fact that Horn Beast were staying more grouped up. We're focusing specific targets and weren't able to get pushed off the payload. Even when Pika came out as the Hammond, not able to focus those boop kills, just kind of spinning to distract rather than spinning to make sure you're getting damage on specific people. As the Hammond, sometimes you have to directions or resetting yourself in a way that you can get those boop kills or you can get damage on the team. If you're just spinning to spin, especially with Chibikai on the brig, you're going to end up finding yourself in a very difficult position. Kagura coming out as the for had a beautiful positioning, but with Chibi Kitty still in mech, was able to eat that all up and ended up getting taken out by Sozin. So it's just like everything they did at that point was not for them to hold on. And yeah, they did end up wasting a lot of time, though. I'll give them props on that. Let's see if they got this going into the attack, though.
Kagura coming back out on that McCree was looking extremely good on the first map. Probably going to be pretty strong for them here as Ludacris is moving around that backside. Darius, the whole team of Game of Thrones getting an extremely early tick. There's one already, and Kagura demecking Chibi Kitty, Pika taking out Sozin, and they're pushing him under the arch. The team of Horn Beast isn't really able to get much space here. Darius Fulton just kind of walking through this archway, pressuring everybody back, and Sway's the only one on point, trying to do heals and capture that point at the same time, doing it extremely well, as Darius Fulton is still pushing through, probably going to run all the way through the streets phase just to take out Chibi Kitty. And there is already a first point take, and we got two, it looks like, just one for Horn Beast getting spawned extremely far back, and I believe that's Wolfpack, so that's going to be a little bit rough on them. Go ahead and take it away, Jack.
Well, as we know, Game of Thrones is incredibly aggressive. Sway's being able to do the distance healing is good, but only having one person on the point kind of wasted time, and this is what I'm talking about. When you have a majority of the team pushing on its own and the distance healer able to help out the team, that's a good position to be in when you want to be aggressive. The unfortunate part is that if you're not in the right line of sight, the payload ended up getting in the way from Sway's healing, and just bad all around.
Well, the shatters there came up from Casual OffSec and Darius Fulton. With Casual OffSec looking a little bit stronger, they picked up 2 off of it, and that was able to just completely steamroll the fight. Ludacris trying to come in really late with that Death Blossom and try to clean it up, so he was able to push that payload, but not able to do what he wanted to. So it's really just unfortunate, but they did get a good amount of distance on that first push into the second phase. But this corner, if the defense is set up on this corner, it's not the easiest thing to push past. But we have Darius Fulton's shield walking on in, swinging away, getting the bubble. Casual OffSec holding that corner extremely well, doing exactly what he needs to do as Chibikai gets a little aggressive, but then gets purpled. And Pika getting pinned up against that wall, not really able to get a lot. But the Graviton Surge got eaten by Chibi Kitty. Kagura getting the double kill right there on Casual OffSec and Wolfpack. Darius Fulton getting extremely aggressive with the sound barrier, walking along, swinging his hammer, getting Chibi-Kai, and Ludacris taking out Trippin' Balls. There goes the D-Mech on the Chibi Kitty and getting taken down by a headshot from Gura, and then they finally take out Sozin, just walking forward, being so aggressive. I really like the aggressive playstyle, but I'm going to have to agree with one person on cart things. Sometimes not great for your time or sightlines. Do you have anything before we jump into this next one, Jack?
Mainly what it came down to was just kind of ult management right there. And second time now they've been stunned out of ultimates. The first time was Game of Thrones, but despite not having the Graviton, you still have that superpowered Pika again. That's definitely a force to be reckoned with.
Phase 2 is over there. They have 4 minutes and 40 seconds walking into Phase 3, and Casual OffSec actually got stunned out of Shatter there. I wasn't sure if it was by Chibi-Kai, or sorry, it was by Kagura, because that's the team that has the stun. And Darius Fulton just looking for something cheeky here, trying to get healed up. There's Casual OffSec charging on in, but ends up stopping just short of getting the pin. And there's the Graviton Surge coming out from Wolfpack in the back line, but he's purple. And there's Casual OffSec getting 2. It's Chibi Kitty eating up so much ultimate here, eating up that ultimate there from Ludacris, eating the Graviton Surge earlier, and then Pika going for the hard reset, trying to get with his team. So Chibi Kitty playing extremely well on this Diva. What do you think, Jack?
Chibi Kitty needs to go get a snack, because obviously she's incredibly hungry. Just like eating everything exactly as you were saying there, taking out the Graviton before it was able to hit anybody, and then both of the Death Blossoms right there just sucking up all the damage because the Ludicrous is going in when the fight's kind of already done, which is the hardest part right there.
Oh, unfortunately, Transcendence can't stop the High Noon. Getting 3 with that as Casual OpSec pins out Kagura, and the bomb doesn't pick up anybody, but Casual OpSec and Chibi Kitty, the last 2 on point, and the Shatter actually doesn't land on anybody. I'm a little surprised by that, but Casual OpSec gets picked off by Trippy Ninja, and there's Darius Fulton taking out Chibi Kitty. So this is going to be a strong roll into the point as they've only got 3 up right now. Chibi Kitty tripping balls, or sorry, Chibi Kai tripping balls, and Wolfpack as Wolfpack trying to do a bunch of damage. Darius Fulton getting that nano boost. Pika taking out Chibi Kai, swinging. Darius Fulton swinging up against Casual OpSec with that nano, trying to do a lot of damage here as the sound barrier comes out from Trippin' Balls, and he gets purpled, and that's going to be Trippin' Balls to fall. And Chibi Kitty, the last one right here on this point, is Trippin' Balls ends up booping off Kagura on that McCree, Chibi Kitty, Chibi Kai, and who came out on that Tracer? Wolfpack on the Tracer and Casual Ops, but there's Ludicrous taking out Chibi Kai. Darius Fulton picks up 2, Wolfpack stalling point, so is Trippin' Balls. Those 2 just jumping around point, stalling this out. Darius Fulton getting Sozen with the Fire Strike, and there's Wolfpack getting stunned out, but not able to finish it off is the McCree coming out. Kagura, Trippin' Balls, still trying just contest point, jumping around, and he's not really getting focused. There's the Graviton Surge, trying to catch everybody, but Darius Fulton getting 2, D-Meching Chibi Kitty as well, and there looks like a team wipe, but Sozen's here, working on that Pharah, and there's going to be the final push, and that's round 2 complete to take it away for Game of Throws. Man, that Graviton Surge looked like it was going to be huge, but Trippin' Ball, or I believe it was Trippin' Balls, able to stay outside and still contest that payload for just a little bit of time, but the Graviton Surge is really what changed that fight. Jack, would you have to agree with that, or do you think that there's something else in that fight that I missed that completely changed?
I think what it ended up coming down to was, so when you get to this final area, a little scattered because it becomes desperation by strategy. So you had Casual come in on the Hammond, which is a good call because you can definitely do a lot of distractions, but you still had Pika on the Zarya with more than likely a Graviton. So despite the fact that it's a good play, you know you're going to get sucked up, and you know that Graviton's going to hold you in place, do a lot of damage, and you don't have a shield to help protect your team now. Same with Darius Fulton's Shatter right after that. Wasn't able to take out Casual completely, but still using them to take them out, which they had plenty online for. And as you were looking in, I believe it was came in on the Pharah. It's like you need a body on the point, touching the point. Pharah is a good counter to the team that they were playing, except for on the McCree, but yourself in a difficult position there when you can't touch the payload to stop it.
For sure, Kagura getting 1 early, and there's Sozen and Casual OpSec getting 1 each as well. Chibi Kitty pushing extremely aggressive, trying to get Pika out, but there's Wolfpack chasing him into the back, and Sway, Trippy Ninja, and Kagura, the last 3 on point for the side of Game of Throws, and Trippy Ninja falls. Sway may fall here soon, and Sway's getting pushed back into the corner and does end up falling, but Ludicrous is going for the teleport onto point and trying to hold on, but ends up getting pinned by Casual OpSec. Just unfortunate timing on that one, and that looks like it's going to be a take for the side of Horned Beast. Man, that pin, did you see that pin coming?
I did. That's why I laughed.
So unfortunate.
That's like the worst. It's like one of those Wile E. Coyote moments. You like teleport in, and you're like, okay, I'm good to go, and here comes Reinhardt out of nowhere. Wow!
Like a train coming with the speed to kill against that wall. Darius Fulton getting extremely aggressive onto this payload along with the rest of his team. All of Game of Thrones is there and blocks the Shatter for himself, but doesn't quite protect Pika. There's the purple coming out on Chibi Kai. The rally coming out for Chibi Kai as well. Ludicrous trying to do some damage in that back line, but not really in the back line because Casual OpSec's back there as well, protecting his line. And there's the bomb coming out from Chibi Kitty. Ends up taking out Sway on the Ana. Ooh, Kagura getting taken out right before the High Noon. was able to pop off by tripping balls. And there is the ult coming out from Ludicrous again, but Chibi Kitty eating it all up. Once again, casual OPSEC. Fire striking out Ludicrous. Pika trying to play a little bit aggressive here. They're just trying to deny this payload from moving. And honestly, it's not a bad call. Pika trying to get a little bit of damage here, getting that ult charge, getting the charge off of Wolfpack, but ends up falling to Wolfpack as well with the help of a Brigitte. Darius Fulton now the only one here for Game of Throws, getting the heals from Sway, who's awfully far back. But this is going to have to be a really strong attack, or really strong defense here for Game of Throws for them to push well.
Absolutely there, Dink. I think the biggest thing that was wrong on that is that they were able to get the payload out and use it as protection. Ludicrous's Death Blossom went down on the other side of the payload, so even if Chibi wasn't eating it up, it really wouldn't have done a lot of damage to the team to begin with.
Graviton Surge and a Shatter coming out for the side of Horn Beast as Casual OPSEC and Wolfpack end up comboing that one out. And Chibi Kitty's going to be able to push out Kagura as they take out Pika, and Kagura is now running back to spawn to regroup with the team. But it looks like Ludicrous is in the back line trying to bully Chibi Kitty, but not able to do it. That is a lot of health to rip through, but also a very large head hitbox. Chibi Kitty ends up taking him out, and they are pushing straight on in to phase 3 on King's Row. Overtime still holding on strong, but they get off that payload and it's going to fall extremely fast. Darius Fulton looking to get extremely aggressive here, probably waiting on Pika's bubbles. Now looking to push in, getting aggressive, getting that nano boost, and here it is. Here we go. Darius Fulton, Casual OPSEC swinging away. Pika getting that Graviton Surge, but the Transcendence comes out from sorry, who is that? They're moving around so much you can't see. That's Sozin coming out. Casual OPSEC getting the pin onto Sway, but doesn't quite kill because of the beat drop. Darius Fulton still holding on point, but Casual OPSEC's right behind him. Sozin doing some damage to him as well. Pika hard resetting. Probably not the worst call, but probably wasn't an intentional one. Casual OPSEC and Chibi Kitty both getting one of their own, as Trippy Ninja is sitting up top waiting for that payload recontest. Coming in for this final attempt here to try to stop this. This is either going to be a final cap or it's going to stop right about here. Whereas Pika comes in on that Hammond once again, and he's looking to spin to win. Casual OPSEC hitting big Shatter, but Pika getting blasted off of that payload by that bomb. Chibi Kitty ends up picking up Trippy Ninja, and Casual OPSEC's going to be just swinging away on point as Pika's still spinning away on point, trying to get some damage. Almost not able to get around the backside of that payload, getting taken out extremely quickly by Wolfpack, but ends up getting Sozin and Chibi-Kai in the process. Trippy Ninja now coming in for the recontest. Darius Fulton as well. Darius Fulton getting the Shatter, getting the Fire Strike on a 3, but there's Graviton Surge coming out from Wolfpack. Darius Fulton, Kagura, and Trippy Ninja all inside of there. Tripping balls, getting that beat drop down, and here comes Pika back again, dropping those mines on a point, and that's going to be a huge deficit for the side of Horned Beast as it takes out Tripping Balls. Kagura taking out Wolfpack. Chibi Kitty deep mix, and there's the huge tire finally killing out Chibi Kitty from Ludicrous. I honestly didn't even notice that Ludicrous swapped over to that Junkrat.
A lot of good plays on both sides that time around. Was an incredibly difficult matchup, but the way that Horned Beasts were coordinating and moving together was great. I think one of the disadvantages they had to going into that last point is that I was almost scared that they were going to lose it earlier than that, because they used the beat drop and the Transcendence at the same time, and there really wasn't a reason for that. Like, you could have used the beat drop to survive. Thankfully, the Transcendence was staggered enough that it was able to hold up through some of the Shatter that followed that. So that was kind of a difficult position. But Pika, I guess listening through some magical way, did hear what I had said about coming in on the hamster. That's really important to mind your directioning. And at first came into the point and was spinning in a direction that wouldn't boop a single person off, but figured out switching direction was the best way to go. So ended up getting booped in the opposite direction, started spinning that way, and ended up taking out both, I believe it was Sozin and Chibi-Kai, which allowed them to retake control of that point. But it's going to be, even with the time that they've got, it's going to be incredibly difficult to get all the way there. Left. So go ahead, Dave.
Definitely agree with you there. 2 minutes and 40 seconds pushing into this last point as Darius Fulton switches over to that Winston and Pika coming in on the hamster. So I really like this composition so far coming in from Game of Thrones, and Darius Fulton getting extremely aggressive still, but Chibi Kitty taking out Kagura's turret. Didn't even realize Kagura was Torbjorn here, and Kagura going in extremely strong. Trippy Ninja and Ludacris both getting one respectively, and that's going to be another extremely fast point take here on King's Row. They're going to go in, it looks like 2 minutes, 2:02, and they're going to have to push almost entirely to the end. They pretty much have to cap this completely out for them to win this. And if they aren't able to do that, if Horned Beast is able to hold on, then it's not, then that's not exactly what Game of Thrones is. Do you have anything before we jump into this next fight, Jack?
Well, I think the big thing that's helping them out is just having the extra person on point, because it is just incredibly helpful to have that Torbjorn turret, and with Torb's rework, it just makes it that much easier to be able to have some additional damage on the point.
Definitely agree. The double sound barrier coming out from both teams. Pika also dropping those mines and ends up picking up one, but Chibi Kitty dropping a bomb against just Trippy Ninja. I thought it was a double kill, but it got Kagura's turret as well, which could be a problem. Kagura going into his old ultimate ability right there as Ludacris gets a triple tire. Holy cow! Gets Chibi Kai Wolfpack and Sozin. Kagura getting the D-Mech on a Chibi Kitty, and Ludacris picking up Chibi Kitty for the final as Pika looks to push pretty aggressive here on a casual upsec, but doesn't release the grapple. He probably could have got some damage onto him and pushed him back a little bit, but unfortunate timing there, and casual upsec is going to end up getting out, and Ludacris is just looking to farm up another ult. His ults so far have been huge, just fight changing ults. 35 seconds as they take over phase 2, pushing into phase 3 now. Chibi Kitty up on that high ground. It looks like getting D-Mech'd. Yes, getting D-Mech'd by Ludacris, and Pika is fighting that front line as hard as he can as Kagura with the turret takes out Trippin' Balls. Casual offset throwing out the fire strike, trying to get the ult, and there's the ult coming down. Shattering 3. Darius Fulton with the nano. A nano monkey is not a pretty thing to see, but there's the graviton surge coming out, ends up taking out 2, and here's another tire coming out from Ludacris, and the tire is still rolling. No, it's not. The tire got taken out by Sozin. Wolfpack getting sway. Not looking so good for Game of Thrones here as they take into overtime. It's just 2, just Darius Fulton and Pika. Oh, there's Kagura coming on to point. Trippy Ninja getting taken out by the big bomb. And half of those mines unfortunately fall off the map. And Pika getting Trippin' Balls, but it's not looking too good as Ludacris is the last one of touching a point. And Horned Beast taking out Ludacris. Needs to take out Sway. Sway able to contest for just a second, but not going to be anybody in range as Horned Beast takes this one away, and that is going to be 1 so far. Horned Beast looking pretty good on that map with both the attack and defense. Jack, go ahead and take it away.
That was incredibly rough there at the end. I am jealous that I have not gotten this skin yet, because it looks so good being the Lord of Mischief, so to speak, for this Christmas season. Triple kill along with the concussion mine right before that was good. They were doing a lot of damage. They were doing a lot to really mess up how Horned Beast was holding right there. But I think what it came down to was just you saw at the beginning of that push into point 3 that matchup against Ludacris on the high ground ended up trying to take them out, but then was paired off against Darius Fulton as well, able to D-Mech Chibi before the fight even started. The issue is that you didn't have either of those two heroes on the point actually fighting the rest of the team that was going in and contesting the payload. By the time they got back to it, it was too late. Even though Ludacris came out with the tire, ended up leaving themselves vulnerable on the high ground, so that Chibi took them out as well, and ended up just allowing Horned Beast to hold control there and let overtime take away for their victory.
Definitely agree. The overtime was really key with them able to hold off. Be able to make it tick down so fast was definitely a big thing for them. Any longer and somebody would have been able to get there. But now we have Assault, Horizon Lunar Colony. Horned Beast is up right now 2-1 against Game of Thrones. Show our team some love in this chat and be thinking about your player of the match. This could be our last map, but showing how this is going, it could very well not be. We may be going to a map 5 here tonight, and
good luck to both teams. Beautiful play from both so far.
Not sure what just happened. Helix
Kinda
Snake ending
sad
up
E won't be
just,
able to face
donated
either
1,000
team
bits
going
here.
forward.
So
But I'm
thank you very
forever
much
cheering for
that.
all the teams.
Helix.
Keep it up,
I'm
Silver
not sure what it says
Division.
underneath of it. Is that
Hashtag
to the
charity.
Good luck to both teams. Beautiful play from both so far. Kind of sad I won't be able to face either team going forward, but I'm forever cheering for all teams. Keep it up, Silver Division. Did Helix Snake get promoted?
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, congratulations to Helix Snake for moving up to our gold division. So, very good job on that, man. Showing your worth and definitely showing that you deserve to move up. But here we are on Horizon Lunar Colony. Again, Horned Beast up 2-1 in our silver division over. Oh, sorry, words are hard right now. Over Game of Thrones. And who do we have attacking here first? We have Game of Thrones coming out on the attack. Shibikai on that Torbjorn, and don't think we're going to see that one, but we may.
Flip that around, buddy. Horn Beast on the attack first.
Oops.
Worries,
Man, I saw it,
right.
and like, I'm so out of it. All right, Darius Fulton and Pika coming in on that Ryan Zarya with Sway on the Zarya, so we're seeing the Goats comp come out from Game of Thrones, and on the attack it looks like we're seeing Goats as well, so it's Goats v Goats here on Horizon Lunar Colony. First point, Casual Offset getting that fire strike, but doesn't end up hitting anybody as he fights Darius Fulton with that bubble. Darius Fulton getting the charge and gets Casual Offset out of that fight extremely early as Pika, Kagura, and Sway all getting kills there, taking it out extremely early, and this is looking pretty good for Game of Thrones on that first defense. Man, they are
remember how powerful I said that Zenyatta was?
Oh yeah. And Zenyatta can be scary in Goats.
So Pika was very smart taking Sozin out of the fight early on, because if you watch all the kills after that, Kagura being able to get discards on just about everybody was able to clean up the rest of the team right there. Zenyatta is an incredibly powerful hero if you can protect them well, but being caught in the back line right there by Pika was an unfortunate mishap. Let's see if they can make it happen this time.
Darius Fulton looking for the pin, but doesn't end up grabbing it. Casual Offset comes in though, and he gets Ludacris right after Ludacris gets Sozin. The huge bomb coming in from Pika ends up taking out Wolfpack and demecking Chibi Kitty, and that's going to be huge for the side of Game of Thrones as they just continue to walk on through that fight after it was pretty much won by the bomb. Darius Fulton getting tripping balls, and now we have Chibi Kitty running outside trying to survive just a little bit longer, but he is chasing her outside. That's definitely interesting. Chibi Kitty's trying to get away. See if she can do it. Does end up getting away, but is demeched. Ooh.
Look at that. Well, with the help of Chibi Kai in that corner right there, able to get some health and armor on her as she was running by was definitely helpful. But it looks like Chibi Kai has been found out.
Found out by Pika, now trying to put the pressure on, but Casual Offset is saying no and putting the pressure onto the stairs himself and getting that shatter, getting 3 down. Darius Fulton falling from that shatter, and then Wolfpack getting the kill there. Here's the beat and the rally coming out both. There's another bomb there's one coming out from Chibi Kitty, picking up Sway. Kagura not looking like he's in a good position. And it's just Trippin' Ninja here on point as the rest of Horned Beast is just swarming into point. Pika, the only one left alive, is going to have to fall back, hopefully not get demeched, because that could be bad. And Horned Beast taking an extremely strong push there with the help of the shatter from Casual OpSec. Jack, go ahead and let us know what you want to see for this next point from defense.
What we continue to talk about is ult management, and I think that they may have used one too many ults, knowing how drastically they're going to push into the second point, and with Ludacris starting things off with the rally, even with the Graviton there, it's going to be difficult to hold things together.
Shatter coming out from Darius Fulton, trying to land it on that Graviton surge, but gets blocked by Casual OpSec. Pika chasing down Casual OpSec and trying to find him. Sway ends up catching him out, and here's the rest of team of sorry, Horn Beast fighting in this side room, trying to get a little bit of poke damage. Darius Fulton walking on through, hitting 3 people at a time with that hammer, doing a lot of damage, getting 2. And there comes the Transcendence from Kagura, trying to keep Darius Fulton up so he can just walk through the rest of this team, trying to push extremely aggressive, and Kagura is the one getting aggressive this time, taking out Sozin and Wolfpack, looking for casual OPSEC as well, but not able to catch it as Pika eats that Fire Strike. And Kagura getting extremely aggressive right there. What do you think about that, Jack?
Oh, I think the issue is that Kagura got a little too hungry, but may have used that Q unintentionally, because the fight was essentially already won. The heals weren't really needed, and especially with Wolfpack and Casual coming in with the Graviton and Shatter, it's gonna be.
Whoa! The Shatter combo coming out with the Diva Bomb from Pika, getting casual OPSEC off of that Shatter, and now Darius Fulton's just swinging away in this line again. Sozin taking out Kagura, Darius Fulton taking out Chibi-Kai, and there's the Shatter, or the Graviton Surge bomb combo coming out, and there gets 2! Sway and Trippy Ninja, Chibi Kitty taking out 2 with that bomb. Darius Fulton charging way out of the, leaving Ludacris in a very bad spot, and Pika getting taken out of mech by Sozin, and there's Darius Fulton now on the point, but it's just Ludacris. Darius Fulton, here comes Trippy Ninja, Sway in as well. Ludacris and Sway getting shattered by Casual Op, getting beat down by Casual OPSEC. Sozin popping that Transcendence just to keep him, as Pika comes in, spin to win, but gets buffed out of it by Chibi-Kai. Pika trying to get that spin off, but isn't able to do it. There's just too much CC on the side of Horn Beast, and Darius Fulton getting stopped just before point, but ended up getting the contest somehow, as Sway and Ludacris both come in now. Getting picked off is Ludacris, and then there's the Graviton Surge, but jumps off of point. I don't know if I want to call that a C9, because he was pretty much done anyway, but that was huge Graviton Surge, but not able to be capitalized on. Unfortunate for the side of Horn Beast, as they got staggered out, but a lot of time here, or sorry, keep doing that. Game of Thrones getting staggered. Game of Thrones getting staggered. Horn Beast coming out, taking that final point with 2 minutes and 22 seconds as Game of Thrones goes on the attack here. Do you think we'll see the same comps come out from these teams, or do you think we'll see something a little bit different? It looks like we have Darius Fulton pulling the Winston.
It looks like they're deciding what they're going to be going. It looks like we're going with the defensive goats on the side of Horn Beast. I want to give some love to Trippin' Balls, though. 300 million % IQ play, getting underneath the Graviton and booping up Darius Fulton so that the shield wasn't in front of everybody when the Diva Bomb came out. Just like I did not understand why that happened, and then when the bomb went off, I was like, oh my goodness, that was such a smart play.
Is that what happened? Because I saw him fly up. I wasn't sure exactly what happened. Boop came out.
Trippin' Balls got credit for the kill, so I believe what happened is Trippin' Balls got under the Graviton, because the Graviton was slightly in the air and was able to boop Darius up into the air enough that the shield didn't protect everybody.
Beautiful, beautiful play there by Trippin' Balls, if that's what happened, and it sounds like it is, because nobody else can really send anybody flying up in the air. So very good job there, knowing exactly what to do. And Kagura on the Sombra coming in, it looks like. They are not running goats on the attack here. Ludacris trying to push everybody down with that Pharah, does end up doing it, except Chibi, or Casual OPSEC getting back up there extremely quickly. May not have got completely booped down, but now we've got Trippy Ninja and Kagura into this point along with Sway, and Sway is in a very bad position here, right in the middle of all of Game of Thrones. Not looking too good for the side of not looking too good for the side of Game of Thrones, as the Mercy gets taken out in the middle of Horn Beasts. And Game of Thrones is going to be forced to retreat here with Pika DMing on the way back, trying to eat up all the damage, not to back. What do you think went wrong there, Jack?
Oh, I think it just came down to positioning right there. Definitely a good idea to use both Kagura and Ludacris, especially with how mobile the team is with Trippin' Balls and Chibi Kitty. But the big thing is making sure that your position is right. You don't want Sways, the Mercy, in the middle of Horn Beast, when everybody else isn't there. Because then you have exactly what happened, both your healers get taken out, and then it's not a good day for anybody.
Kagura now on the high ground, trying to find some hacks. Does find one onto Chibi-Kai, and Ludicrous getting one, but right after Casual Offset gets two, and then gets Ludicrous as well with the Fire Strike. Casual Offset is looking extremely good on this point right now, doing all the damage, getting a just huge, massive amounts of cleave with how aggressive Game of Thrones is playing. Would you agree with that, or do you think that there's somebody that I'm overshadowing, not quite looking at here?
Nope, I completely agree with you. Casual doing an incredible job, even taking out Ludicrous after the barrage ended up coming down with a Fire Strike. Those are such, in my opinion, as Ryan, those are the most satisfying kills, when you can get either a Sombra that's invisible and you just hit them and take them out with the Fire Strike, or you get those Spara kills with the Fire Strike. It's like who needs hit scans, right?
For sure, the EMP coming out, and there's a bomb as well, but the bomb coming down doesn't end up picking anybody up, unfortunately, from Pika. And there's the bomb. Looks like it's coming out from Chibi. It gets stuck on the tire. That may have been a really good bomb, but we'll never know. Darius Fulton on the Winston getting bullied by Casual Opsec in that back, and doesn't look too good for Darius Fulton, as he does end up falling to Casual Opsec's hammer. Trippy Ninja Sway looking for that res, and does end up resing Darius Fulton. That's a huge res for them, as they're going to start turning this fight around. Pika taking out Casual Opsec, and Sozin getting Kakura there. Just unfortunate, as Sozin gets Sway as well. Sozin's doing extremely well on this Zenyatta. There's the Transcendence coming out from Sozin, trying to just hold her on to this point, as Darius Fulton shocking away at everyone. Ludicrous coming in with a huge barrage, but only getting Sozin, as Chibi Kitty dives to his face. And Wolfpack getting Pika there. This is looking, I'm not sure what way this fight's going. Everybody's coming in still. This fight's just holding on for so long. Chibi Kitty trying to do the damage. There's the Shatter coming out from Casual Opsec. Darius Fulton is currently Primal Rage, so doesn't die to the Shatter. And Darius Fulton finally falling to Chibi-Kai. Wolfpack getting Kagura. The res coming out, and Sway ends up getting it on Darius Fulton, but ends up dying immediately. And there goes Darius Fulton to the Chibi Kitty bomb. The bomb comes out from Pika as well, but doesn't end up picking anybody up. Oh, does teammate Chibi Kitty there. Did miss that one. Ludicrous trying to fly in and do a little bit of damage, but here's the team of Game of Thrones coming back extremely strong. Right now they've got 3 on the point. Trippy Ninja getting pushed out. Pika getting pushed out. Ludicrous, the only one left on this point. And there comes Kakura on the hamster, and on the hamster, as Darius Fulton tries to jump back in on that Winston, but ends up missing that front window. Kakura falls, Ludicrous falls, both to Chibi Kitty. There's the Graviton Surge coming out from Wolfpack. Wolfpack takes out Darius Fulton. Wolfpack trying to kick out Sway. Sway's the last one on this. Oh, Sway and Pika, last one's on this point. Trippy Ninja getting shattered by Casual Opsec, and this is looking pretty good. And there it is, the side of Horn Beast takes this away, and that's going to be a 3-1 Horn Beast tonight for our Silver Division. Whew, Casual Opset coming out with the play of the game. Jack, go ahead and take away this play of the game from me for a minute.
This was just beautiful. Casual getting all the support needed. Like, all you see is heals, heals, heals all over Casual right there. And then boom, 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 boom. Just touch everybody, do a lot of damage, even if you don't get the final kill. Is great. And you know, it's exactly what we've been seeing all night from Horn Beast. They've been doing a great job of staying together, working together as a team, having the combination of AoE heals plus the directed heals. Even if they didn't have a main healer in the fight, which is the good thing about goats, is that you don't actually need to have one of those really powerful healers. If you run the Brig and the Lucio, you have more than enough healing with them combined with the AoE, especially if you have an incredibly aggressive Brigette, which we definitely saw from Chibi-Kai, getting heals all the time tonight. So it was ended up coming down to, it seemed like Game of Thrones there at the end was a little bit staggered and out of position. They really could have followed up on Kagura's EMP, but didn't seem to take advantage of it as quickly. I honestly thought they were going to end up taking it after Chibi Kitty's Diva Bomb got caught in the tire. happens, apparently.
Really
I could not understand that for the life of me, but was really surprised when that happened. But because of the AoE heals on the team between Chibiki and Trippin' Balls, they were able to hold on even after losing casual, focusing down targets, and were able to take away their victory and the series tonight.
It was extremely well played by both teams, but again, we do have the 3-1 coming out from Horned Beast and Game of Thrones. This will be our last Silver Division match of the year, but we will see a couple of these people in our All-Star stream on Saturday. Do you know exactly which ones are going to show up?
I don't know the names offhand. I want to say it's Darius and Chibi Kitty, but I'm not exactly for certain.
I think you're right on that, but I'm not 100% sure, so don't take our word for it. Just show up Saturday, see who we have in this stream. And right now, we're going to go and throw it to Captain Jack for a player of the match. Go ahead and take it away, man.
All right, so after everything that I've been seeing tonight, I think that my love really has to go to... I think I'm gonna have to give it to Trippin' Balls. Like, just doing an incredible job on the heals tonight. Even though, like I said, Horned Beast a majority of the time didn't run a single main healer, never an Ana, never a Moira. So didn't have like that one person that was really critical to the entire healing team. But Trippin' Balls, between the speed, the Lucio boop on Horizon that was able to get them into the point and end up taking point 2 there, was just absolutely crazily intelligent, and just doing an incredible job working both with Chibikai and Sozin on the alternative heals, knowing when to put in the beat drop when it's going to be beneficial, vice when to use the rally, when to use the transcendence. And so Trippin' Balls, you're going to be my player of the match tonight.
All right, we're going to go ahead and throw it to Trickster for his play of the match. Loudtrix, get ready, because you're up next.
Well, I think I'm going to give it to Chibi Kitty on this one, because her diva plays are they were amazing to see. When she was eating up that Reaper on King's Row, as well as the diva bombs. They were just, except for, the current lunar one that did not go
Got
off.
stuck in a tire.
Stuck in a tire, which happens apparently. But I'm gonna give it to Chibi Kitty.
All right, so that's one for Trippin' Balls, one for Chibi Kitty. What do you got for us, Loudtrix?
Oof. Well, here's the thing. Darius was playing a pretty solid game. I was really enjoying his gameplay. Him and Kagura they were hitting like trucks, man. Particularly in that first map, they were just killing it. But honestly, this is more on who put an impression on me. Now Kagura, I've seen Kagura week in, week out play great, great games. Darius Fulton also, really excelling on that Rhyme. But the person who really just stuck out to me the most was honestly Chibi Kitty. She was right place, right time, proper management of of defense matrix. I mean, even even keeping an eye out for a Pharah, and then recognizing where the threat is, charging to the threat dies, and then still having the mech to try to keep the point. I mean, it's not just the bombs. It's extremely positional, so I've got to give it to GB.
I'm gonna have to do the same. Watching Chibi Kitty play tonight was really nice. Watching her eat the grabs, eat the Reaper ults, just hungry for ultimates tonight, and then was landing diva bombs exactly how she needed to. She was playing extremely well all night, and we love to see that, especially if she's going to be one of the people in our All-Star Scrim this Saturday. But that is going to about wrap it up for us here tonight. Do you guys have anything else to say before I wrap us up?
Yeah, just those of you watching at home, please make sure you guys are letting people know. We do want these donations. We do want to give it, back to you guys, for giving to people who really do need it. As we're starting to come up to the end of our, stream cycle, Saturday will be the last stream for the year. Please, let people know, and We'd love to have more and more people hopping on. I've been seeing more names that I don't recognize, and I think that's absolutely fantastic. So that's what I've got.
Also want to give a shout out to Pika Poofle for your follow. Thank you for that.
All right, so going into the rest of this week, tomorrow we have Void and Project Proteus, and then on Friday we're actually moving our Plat Scrim this week to Fridays to have our All-Star Scrim on Saturday. It will be Frost versus Monarch on Friday. Not our usual stream day, but we do have a stream for the next 3 days, so be sure to tune into those and catch all of our players, all of our commentators. Be sure to drop around, try to get that goal up so we can give some more great prizes away and so we can help out those people in need for our charity that we're doing donations to right now, the California Fires? Is it first responders? Is that what it is exactly?
It's for the
California Fire Foundation.
It's for the victims of the fires, and then it's also for the families of firefighters who.
All right, so you heard what it is there. Please tune in for the next 3 days to continue to roll in your donations. Get your friends, your family in here. Be sure to tune in tomorrow when we have the teams that I just said a second ago that I do not remember.
Void versus Project Proteus. Brother.
Void and Project Proteus, and I think
boy.
that'll about do it for us. Anything else, guys?
That's it.
Dream well.
Alright.
That'll be it. I've been Dank Monkey,
I'm Captain Jack.
Trickster.
I'm
and we'll catch you guys on the next one.